OK，我哋今日要講嘅咧就係 Today we are going to talk about how to generate file and container statistic on the Viewpoint。我哋點樣可以去做一個表啊，一個統計表去做一啲統計用途咧，同埋task and discussion containers，how to upload attachment from your system。呢個啱間我哋講完之後咧，就會講由 Rachel 咧就會講點樣去 upload 呢個附件啦喺你個 system 裏邊嘅。咁同埋有啲 Q&A 嘅 session 啦，都 We also have the Q&A session later on when people have questions can ask Rachel, she will help to answer. So first of all, how to generate file and container statistic on Viewpoint。我哋點樣可以喺呢個 file container statistic 裏邊製作一啲表格咧？咁 file 啦，同埋 container statistic， 我諗各位都未聽過嘅，因為我都係琴日先聽嘅啫。咁啊喺文件檔案同埋我哋講嘅容器裝置裏邊咧嘅統計用途。It means we will do some statistic for files, how many files, file types, and also the container. So why to use it？ 我哋點解要用呢一個咁樣嘅function 啊 ？Why we have to use it？ Management would like to know how many files in the entire program。管理層啦，可能想知道話我哋成個系統裏邊有幾多個文件檔案啦，或者佢哋嘅容量啊。Let's say the capacity or the biggest file。Also on the project level, the project manager probably want to check the type of file, such as if it's a zip file, PDF, or drawing in a particular containers or folder。即係話喺一啲 project 裏邊，譬如可能APM， 可能項目經理啊 PM 啊嚇，就想知道啊每個 file 每個工程裏邊啊每個 project 裏邊咧嗰啲文件檔案嘅總數啦、類型啦，從而咧係知道咧整個工程文件檔案嗰個情況啊。譬如可能會唔會係裏邊其實係冇 drawing 嘅喎，但係點解會有 drawing 喺度咧？會唔會係錯咗咧咁樣 ？And also the lastly。is the how many files in that particular container， 即係話喺每一個特定嗰個 folder 裏邊咧，都想知道一啲嘅file 嘅數目啊咁樣。咁其實咧actually in Viewpoint you will see there's a corporate level and project level. So in corporate level you will see that it is in files and folders, and project level is we use the container. I think in previous lesson everybody should be familiar with this。即係話我哋喺電腦嘅層面裏邊啊嚇，我哋有企業嘅層面嘅 corporate level， 同埋工程項目，即係我哋有邊幾個 project。咁我哋之前喺之前嗰幾堂裏邊咧，阿 Rachel 咧都介紹過啦。咁我哋喺 corporate 裏邊咧係一啲嘅 folder 嚟嘅，而喺 project 裏邊咧係一啲 container 嚟嘅。So in corporate we use folders, subfolders， 即係話喺企業檔案裏邊咧，我哋咧係用文件啦，或者係文件夾、紙文件夾咁樣啦。咁你可以睇到啦，譬如 organisation，for example in organisation we have subfolders like organisation chart, CR and license, etc. 好啦，咁我哋而家講一講啦喎。Now we talk about how to do it in the file statistics。喺文件檔案統計表，我哋點樣做㗎？其實咧係咁樣嘅。咁我哋去到呢一個 folder 啦。Let's say now we are going to this folder. We want to check something. Let's say training. I cannot see my cursor, but you see training. And then if you want to know how many folders in that training, you will also take the subfolders and then you just perform search. Afterwards, wow, amazing. So 我哋 tick 咗嗰兩個掣啦，我哋 tick 呢個 subfolder， 跟住 search， then you will see the list, the file name and related information show. You also can see the number of files。即係話我哋 tick 到呢一度嘅時候咧，我哋會睇到咧喺 training 裏邊咧係有26個 records。So in training folder we will have 26 records. So you will have a rough idea。即係話我哋咧有一個好簡單嘅概念啦，可以知道原來有20個 record 喎。咁係點樣㗎？ So now, how to generate the list, which is in the training folder, we click export as report. 我哋咧喺度 click export as report 呢一個啦，跟住做一個 report, and then we click report, but you will see you want to export as Excel or CSV. I think most likely people will export as a CSV. It's more popular. So you click report. Then it's the information from the training folder. 呢啲咧就係喺 training 文件夾裏邊嘅資料啦。我哋大約咧會睇到，有26個 training， 大約係啲咩 training 咧 ？So you will have a brief idea. As a manager or the supervisor, you will have an idea. What kind of training we have been it before. 咁如果喺 project 裏邊 ，how about in project? In project, let's see. It only simply click project. For example, now I want to click the SI 2102, the CLBC. 咁如果我哋喺 project 嗰度，我哋而家 click SI 2102呢個項目 ，and then you will see file statistics and container statistics. 咁我哋會見到兩個啦，係 file statistic 同埋 container statistics. 我哋撳 file statistics。喺文件統計資料裏邊咧，我哋會知道嗰個 file 嘅 types PDF, JPEG, MOV, and also we will see the total number of files and folders and capacity. 我哋會知道有1661個文件啦。So we will see all the figures related to that folder. 而喺 container statistics 裏邊咧。And in container statistics, you will see more detail in each folder, how many files is in there. 我哋好清楚咁會睇到每一個 folder 裏邊有啲乜嘢，有幾多個 file 啊。So summary， 咁我哋總結啦。What's that for? I think it's also for management level, secretaries, admin support. 我哋可以係俾管理層啦、秘書啦、行政支援嘅同事啦。We can know the total number of files in particular container， 即係話喺特定嗰個文件夾裏邊嗰個文件嘅數量啦。For example, they can check how many test report in the test report folder and the test report folder. So 我哋喺個檢查報告 ，for example 話，例如我哋喺檢查報告文件夾裏邊可以知道咧，有幾多個報告啦，係 upload 咗喺 Viewpoint。So we will know how many reports upload from to Viewpoint and also export as a CSV or Excel. 同埋咧可以隨意咁樣咧都可以 export 去 Excel 同埋 CSV 啦。好啦，咁我哋呢一個 session 就完咯。你哋有冇問題 ？You have any question after this session? I think this session is just you know the rough idea, the numbers of files and folders and the capacity. So any questions? If not, then I will give it to Rachel to talk the next topic.
Thank you very much, Mona. So just to add a little bit from what Mona just beautifully presented, I would like to show you on Viewpoint how to do this. Yeah, so if, for example, like what Mona just showed us, if you want to get the file statistics of this particular folder, maybe my test area now, you can only get the file statistics and container statistics on a project level container. Now, if you want to know how many files you have in this a folder, a document container, you will not have that kind of search function. So it means you need to search. So, for example, if I'm in a project now, maybe SI 2101, for example, and I want to know entire files of the project, I click on the file statistics here. And then just like Mona showed us in the PowerPoint, then we can see all the number of files in that particular project. And if I want to see how many files for each folder underneath, then I can go to my container statistics. And then you can see the list of the total number of files that each folder underneath contain. So that was just what Mona just showed us right now. And then maybe if you want to export the information, for example, like you have a list of files after doing your search, like this. Yeah, if you want to export this information, then you can say export as reports. You can decide to click any of the types of files, how you want to export it. Maybe CSV, for example. Once you click the export, then it downloads as your Excel. And then when you want to open this Excel, for example, open it in the screen. Yeah, so you see the details, and then you can use your Excel functions to manipulate the data. So this is just what we just showed you right now in the live area.
So 阿 Rachel 咧就啱啱示範咗啦，就係點樣可以親手咁樣做啦。咁大家都睇到啦，可以不妨咧就喺個 Viewpoint 度試下啦。
Yes. So going to the next. Okay. Yes. JC wants to ask a question.
Can you, if this is something you want to do on a regular basis, for example, let's say on a weekly basis, I want to have a statistic of you said the number of files on my project. Can I this search? Can you save it? Can you save it as a report or something like that? Can you save it to be able to relaunch the same search later on?
Yes, you can do that. Sorry, I just lost connection. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, JC. The people on the teams cannot see. Okay. So
I want to see live.
JC, yeah.
We want to see live.
Yes. So JC was asking, say for example, if I want to, maybe I do a search after searching my project, and I want to save the reports somewhere, right? That's your question. I think.
I want to save this search.
If you want to save your search.
Basically, if I want, okay, it's a bit basic, but is there any way to save somewhere a search to be able to say, for example, to be able to regenerate it after? It's maybe more at the container level, I think. To go to container?
Project level?
Yeah, it's the container, yes.
Well, we are in.
Container statistic or something like that.
Container
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Or said differently, if I remember my question, is there any way to generate some, save the type of report?
Save the report.
Save the report, and you basically you customize your report. Your report is I want to you to tell me how many files on this container. On this topic, for example, can we generate a report and save a report that we can reuse?
Yes, you can do that.
So can you show us?
Maybe I will have to make research on how to show you that
Why
at the
not?
next meeting.
Is it why not? It's the purpose of this training is to. Oh, unless it's too long.
No, it's not so long.
Export as report.
Yes, export as report, but I want to. You can actually save your reports, and then you can always see it here as my reports. Anytime you wish to come back to it the next time, I want to be able to know how to do that. Let's see. Yes. My presentation is showing. Can I answer that question for you later?
It's
Yes.
possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think this is
I've done
very
it
useful.
before, but right now.
This is useful. I
Yeah.
think this is useful because this is the type of thing which is repetitive. Just for example, you want to, I think even for us at this stage, it's very interesting to monitor, in order for us to monitor basically the usage of the people. If people are using, we could very simply track on a weekly basis the department, the sections, and we see if we see the trend, if there is an evolution. So instead of having to
Always
just
generate
generate the
report all
report,
the
make the
time.
same search on the automatically.
Yes, I'm gonna help me write that down. I'll
Okay.
show you, yes. Like, maybe the next breakfast meeting, I can show everybody, but maybe before then I'll show you. Okay, so going back to our topic, the next item we wanted to talk about is the task and discussion container. This is a very useful function also in VFP. So we did a test with because we are having this regular session per department to do a one-on-one trainings with departments so that we can really know their need and how to implement their unique function on VFP. So for example, the task container. If you want to create a task container, it's actually an admin function will help you to, or admin can help you to create a task container.
即係而家咧，我哋咧就係做緊咧一個 task，點樣去完成一個譬如可能老細俾個 task 你，或者係有個 discussion 喺個 viewpoint 度，你點樣做？而家阿 Rachel 就示範緊嘅。
Yeah, thank you. So, for example, you can, like I said, you can only create a task container using project container. So maybe I go to my test area. If I right click, this is a project container. If I right click on this, I will see new task container.
OK， 嗱，咁阿 Rachel 咧就話你要喺一個 container 裏邊啦，就 right click， 然之後咧你有個新嘅，跟住你會見到有個叫做 task container。呢個點樣咧？我哋係可能老闆有個 task 俾你，咁你而家咧就要睇下點樣可以做到呢個 task 係會追蹤到啊。
Okay, so if I click on this task container, then it brings up the functions and how to create it. Now, for each department, if you wish to create a task container, you can let us know and we can help you to.
Can you remind what is the advantage of a task container?
Okay, so for example, if you maybe the management or the PM or within the team, within the project team or department, you want to save an audit trail of your conversation on a particular subject. Say, for example, you want to talk about the IPC, maybe IPC 1 of a particular site. Yes, of particular site. And then you wish to have an audit trail of that conversation. And the person who raised that task want to assign it to a specific individual to action, and also want to put other people in copy. It's just like an email conversation, for example. Maybe you generate an email and you put some people in CC. You want to talk about a particular subject. Now, once the person replies to your email or the task, the person will give you the information. You can also attach a document to that task container, just like you can attach a document to your email. So it's actually a conversation feature in VFP, like your email. You know.
Is it similar to on Teams when you have a conversation?
Yes, something like that. Yes, you have a conversation on Teams, but in this case, you can assign a specific task to someone. You're asking somebody. Yes, a task. Yeah. Now the one that is a bit that is almost like the Teams or exactly like the Teams.
Just give an example. Instead of explaining the concept, give a practical example when you're thinking about it.
Okay. So we just, like I showed you, we just opened a task container, and then you can give a name to the task. Maybe IPC 1, for example. And then you can write a description of the task if you want. Then you write a time scale. By default, the time scale of the task is 7 days.
but you can decide to maybe increase the time scale and all that if you wish. And then you can assign this task to someone. You can assign this particular task to someone in this. Okay.
OK，咁樣咧，而家 Rachel 咧就示範緊咧點樣 set 一個 task 啊。譬如可能 project manager 佢要俾個 task 佢下低啲人啦。咁首先咧，佢就要喺呢一度，頭先而家睇到啦嚇，個 task folder 嗰度就起一個名先。咁啊 Rachel 而家有個係 IPC1咁樣，咁可能你有啲 task 係想你下低啲人做嘅，咁你而家作咗個名先啦。咁啊 description 你可能自己寫係有關於乜嘢㗎啦。咁跟住咧 date 嗰度咧，你自己可以譬如話我呢個 task 係要俾7日時間，咁可以7日，佢 default 咗係7日嘅。咁跟住咧喺個 recipient 嗰度咧就可以睇下邊一個去做呢幾個 task 啦。
Okay. So you can assign, I will assign this task to myself so that we can get the email right now. I show you. And also, you can also add some other recipients, you know, maybe you want to speak with someone in the task, maybe your team, and then you can decide to also direct this task to an email Dropbox. It depends on what you want to do. So for now, want to assign a specific task container.
Container. You are assigning a task or you are assigning a task container? I don't understand.
It's not showing that I wanted to. We're having some network issues here. It's not showing exactly what I wanted to.
Is there any difference between a task and a task container?
The task container is like a folder that's how it's like it's a house. The container is the house, like a folder. Now the task is the information inside the container.
Actually, you are assigning a task.
Yes, you're assigning a task to someone.
Okay, and actually it creates a task container because maybe there will be something inside.
Yes.
But actually it's a task container, it's actually assigning a task.
Okay.
Is it?
I think I know what happened. First of all, you have to create the container first before you assign the task. Okay, maybe I'm moving too fast. Task 1. CQS. So finish. So we first of all create the container first. So I didn't create it earlier because I wanted to create it with you. So if you go back to my training area, okay, so first I create the task, and as we earlier task container. So first, like I said, you go to new and task container. You create the task container first. So inside your task container, now you create the task for the box. Yeah.
Rachel 咧，頭先而家再講多次啦。如果你想有個 task 俾你下低啲同事，首先你就要 right click 就 create 咗個 task container 先。咁個 task container 咧，即係個 folder 裏邊咧就會包含咗你嘅 task 㗎啦。
Okay, so if in your task container you can say new task. Yeah.
Okay.
So you click on the new task, and yeah, this is what I wanted to see. Okay, yeah.
咁你喺 task container 嗰度，你有個 new task， 即係新嘅目標啦，即係要做啲咩工作啦。咁喺呢一度咧就會寫上去嘅。
Okay, so you see it's showing like your email. Okay, so maybe the task name is IPC1, for example, and maybe you can write a description like you want, maybe for a project SI 2001. Yeah, and the priority of the task can be in 3 ways. Can be high priority, medium, or low. So maybe, for example, this is very important, and we say high priority, okay? And you assign the task to someone in this case. So you click on, you see a drop down of all the people that are in the pro.
We need to show that.
Sorry?
You need to show. So
Mm.
just do it.
Put
my name.
to JC.
Okay, so I search JC and I then write a body of the police action. You know,
而家
sometimes-
阿 Rachel 示範啦，就 set 咗個 task，咁就assign 咗俾 JC 做嘅，咁而家咧就
Okay,
打
so
啦，要 JC 做啲乜嘢啦？
so if I scroll down now, then it shows me the period that I want this task to be the action, the due date. Like we showed earlier, normally the default is 7 days, but if it's so important, you can say 2 days. You can change the date as well.
咁啊標低啦，即係話叫阿 JC 做嘢就標低咧，即係限期咧就要7月22號就要做完㗎。
Okay, so you can change the percentage of complete. Probably maybe there was a previous, maybe this IPC was submitted. Depends on you as the individual. You can say 10, or since it's new, maybe 0. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. So now you can decide to add users. That's the CC. CC the other recipients. So maybe I CC myself this time, so that I can receive the email. And when I click on that, then it shows my name. And then, of course, it will send me an email, and that's it. So if I have an attachment that I want to show, I can also do that. This first button is one of the questions I want to answer today, so I'll just answer it now. This first button, it shows that you can attach within the system. You can attach items within the system. So once I click it, it takes me here, and then I can search within this project because I'm currently in this project. Maybe I search, I think I have an item for time sheet here.
So that's why you have to create folder. Task folder is inside a container. If you want to assign a task and to link to something else, you won't be able. Can you do a search in a different thing? Can you make an attachment somewhere else? In a corporate, for example, search in.
If you want to change the project where you want to search, yes, you can click here. You can click here because right now we are in this location. So you click here and you go down. Yes.
即係而家 Rachel 咧就係講緊啦，如果你 attach 一啲 document，譬如可能你要俾
Just
佢
pick
做
up document somewhere.
咁樣咧，你就可以 click 喺個 search 嗰個 document 嘅，即係可能佢係想揾個 time sheet 咁樣。
Yeah, so I just select the document and say OK.
It's click.
Yes, you click on this button, then it's clicked. You
Okay.
see the attachment here. Now, another way that you can attach your document is attaching locally. Locally means you're attaching within your system. It is not on BFP.
Okay.
Probably just quickly take a snapshot of something on the site and you want to.
咁你可以加附件咧，附件唔係一定要喺個 system 裏邊嘅，可以喺你自己個電腦啊，可以喺你電腦裏邊一啲，譬如可能你有啲嘢睇到影低咗，咁你可以 attach 個附件。
Yes, so if I click that as well, I can say select, and it takes me to my system, to my computer. I can select anything I wish to add to this particular task. And in this case, to now upload that information for me. And I have it here also, okay? So I can click finish, and that task is created already. So as you can see, the percentage complete of this task is 0 and is revision 1.1. The state is open now. So if I go to my email at this point in time, if I go to my email, just now I've received this email. It's informing me that now it's informing JC actually, but I am in copy of that task. So I'll also receive a notification as well. So this, yeah.
咁啊 ，Rachel 啱啱咧就俾咗個 task 阿 JC 做啦。咁喺 email 嗰度咧就會即刻會有個 email 咧俾翻 Rachel，因為佢 CC 咗俾 Rachel。咁啊話俾阿 JC 要做一個 task，即係話喺你個 email 裏邊咧你會睇到嘅。
Okay. So that's that. So JC will also receive similar email. So
at this moment, I cannot do anything about this task. I would have, if I had sent it to myself, like I wanted to, I would have actioned, and as soon as I action this task, then it will close. But the task is to JC. So it's only when JC replies to that task, then you can see maybe the person who created the task. If I'm satisfied, since I'm the one that generated the task, I can now decide to put 100%, and then you can see closed. Now I can show you a typical example of a task that we closed earlier when we were doing a test with the CQS department. I hope I'm not able. Okay. Okay, so we created this task, okay, called IPC, and then we decided to, okay, so after everything, after we answer the task, so it's now 100%. So the task is closed. That is, the task is finished and resolved. Now the advantage is that I'll show you a task that was closed. If I click on this task right now, sorry. So if I click on the task that's closed, I can see the history of the conversation that went through. So if I click on this plus addition button here, the drop down, it shows me everything. There was a discussion on this date, on this, and this person said something, and like that. So details of when it was started and all the conversation and who said what. And the attachments are in this particular task. And then next time, 10 years to come, 5 years, you can always make reference and to that particular conversation, and it's will.
呢個係好有用，因為咧你整完之後咧，佢會有個記錄啊，有個記錄咧就譬如你俾你嘅下屬做一啲嘢啦，咁佢咧就會有晒 email 啊，話俾你聽個 task 係幾時做完。咁做或者佢仲未做完，你可以追佢咁樣。
Thank you. So as you can see, the QS team already, they're making good use of it. This is live. The real one. This one is a test, but this is a real case. So Benny, the department head, has assigned some tasks to some of his departments, and then they are working. They're using the task container. Now, this is the corporate level. If, for example, as a department, you want us to create a task container, your department head, we can create here for, if you check your computer, you will not see this folder here, because we can create a security permission that only the QS team can actually see this task, and the conversation will be between them, you know? So we can create security and block every other department from seeing this particular conversation between the departments.
如果你 set task 嗰陣時咧，你可以咧有個 part 之後有個 security 就可以淨係俾翻你個部門啦。咁譬如好似阿 Benny 嗰個 case 咁樣咧，佢 QS 淨係俾翻 QS 睇，咁其他人就算上到 Viewpoint 都係睇唔到。
Okay. So that is basically it about the task container.
How do you know? So okay, I can understand. So the main advantage is when you are okay, because the documentation is on Viewpoint, instead of, you don't have to switch to your email.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
To ask someone to do something about a document or to review, whatever, you can do this from Viewpoint.
Exactly.
So how do I know on Viewpoint? You say, yes, there is an email which is generated as an option because you tick. But by default, how do I know the task on Viewpoint?
Okay.
Because since the objective is to, the primary objective is to avoid using the email, to prevent using email. So how do I know? There should be,
yes.
What are my tasks?
Yeah, that's a good question. If you go to my inbox, because I don't have any tasks, if you go to your own inbox, because I assigned a task to you, you're going to see action, items for my action.
Exactly.
You're going to see your task here.
And item for my attention, what is it?
Okay, they're also similar. They're also items for my attention, items for my, it actually works when you have a workflow. When we have the workflow.
But you've been in copy? You don't,
no, it will not show because it's not for my action.
But it's no good as well. There should be a way for, again, the objective is to avoid using the email. So there should be in your inbox, at least should be, maybe there should be a way for you to.
Supervisor also need to know what.
Maybe, yes, exactly.
Anyways, how it works is that you will receive a notification both in if you are the tax owner, you receive a notification on Viewpoint and also in your email. For those who are CC'd, they receive notification only in their emails.
The tab distribution is copied to me, or items copied to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
you see, you know it better than I do, I think. Nobody's master. Yeah. So if there are distributions copied to me, this one we did this during the test period. Okay. So I think that doesn't answer Jesse's question per se. When somebody is CC'd in a task, if it gets here or not. So that's if the CC person.
So it's here or not?
No,
It's not. It's not.
But you just send an email, yeah?
Yeah, I received it on my email, but not here. But
By the name of it, it should be items copied to me.
probably we need to activate something to get it.
I believe so.
I'll confirm that, please.
And how can you follow also the task? You assign a task.
Sorry?
Where do you track the task? Let's say I've sent some task today, okay? Where can I visualize the tasks that I've issued?
In the task container. Like
and there is only one task container, or you need to create a task container for different location?
Yeah, you can only create a task container in the project level. As you can see, yeah. For corporate head office now, we only have is within a project. So for each department is under here. And you can create a subtask. You can create a new task under a task container under the main task container. But for a project, for example, now if we collapse the corporate, for each project has its own task container. For example, if you have the GA for each project, you can have a task container for project level.
Okay, so there is a task container for a project. So
yes.
I need to go to the project to find the task in this container.
Yeah, you need to go to a project to create a task for a specific project. If you want to create a task relating to this project, you create it within the project. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So this.
And you say for corporate.
Yeah.
There is a task.
Yes, there's a shared, I would say, a shared task container within the corporate level where we can create departments drop down. I've not created because I want to work with each department to do it. So we create a department list and then they can assign tasks to their team members as necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it has to be somewhere. Yes. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
A task container needs to be somewhere inside the
Inside the
container.
Viewpoint.
So
Exactly.
the right instruction.
But as you say, that corporate task is not everybody can see, right?
Because this is in the setting.
No,
So you need to set, for example, it's only QS.
for this container, yes, only the QS.
So
Because this is the setting you put.
Yes, because it's a
You
setting.
can customize.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
customize your task.
tell them again.
Exactly. All right.
So.
Okay. So I think it takes us to some of the questions.
Any question?
Any questions, please? Could you just drop it down? Apart from maybe live questions, you can also drop your questions down if you don't want to speak up in the chat area. As soon as we finish, we also answer the live questions for today. But we've had some questions within the week. So normally we say we'll talk about it during our breakfast meeting. And one of those questions is how to search the content text for a scanned document. So I'll show you now what I mean by content text first of all.
好啦，由於有人有啲問題啦，就係點樣可以去搜尋一個 scan，即係譬如你 scan 咗個文件啦，點樣可以 search 到？如果你打翻個文件裏邊其中一啲內容嘅字，點樣可以 search 到呢份文件咧？而家 Rachel 就做示範。
Okay, so if I go to my test area, if you want to do a search, a specific for a specific document, all you need to do is just if I'm within that document container, I can, if I know the name, I can just do a search. So I can say timesheet because I know I have a timesheet there just for test purpose. And then it brings up this specific folder. But it's not in all cases that you might know the name of the file, Maybe you want to search, you don't know, you're not sure of the name, but you want to search a specific word. You just remember a word in a file and you want to search within a document. That is what we call contain text. You want to search the text of the document.
有陣時咧，你可能唔知嗰個 file 嗰個名嘅嗰個 file name 嘅，咁你就想可能有少少印象裏邊係啲乜嘢，咁你就打啲字落去，就希望可以揾翻嗰個文件出嚟。
Okay, so if I show you, I'll now show you the difference between or how to do it, and if you don't do it, what happens afterwards. So this is what we call the contain text. Okay, if you want to search within a document, you use that particular area, contain text. Maybe I want to search the timesheet for look. Remember, there's no look in this name. Now, but within the timesheet, there is a look. Timesheet belonging to look, for example. So I write look and I say search here. Okay. So if I search, you see it narrows down to this area now. So, okay, I have fewer options to choose. Now, if you open, you are going to see that, yes, there is actually a look inside this particular document. And yeah, so if you still want to do a more specific search to get look within this, now you get the look. You see the timesheet that is belonging to look. Okay, so now you see it works here. But let's see another scenario that this will not work. Then I'll tell you why it didn't work. Okay. We want to go to
the key point as well to mention is
yes.
The document which are scanned, what we call OCR.
Yes, so that's the point. That's where I'm going.
Can you explain to the people?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Okay. 係啦，Rachel 就話如果有陣時咧，你 scan 咗一個 PDF，咁頭先個例子就可以 search 到啦，即係可以揾到啦，因為係打咗嗰個contact test，譬如我打到姓陸嘅，咁就裏邊咧就可以睇到嘅。但係有啲例子就睇唔到嘅。You showed another example which couldn't search.
Yes.
OK， 而家 Rachel 就睇下第二個例子啦，佢又係嗰個 document， 去揾第二個 PDF 出嚟。
Okay, so if I check now, why this is very important is because sometimes, for example, we're trying to manage our timesheet within the VFP. Now, for this particular department, the plant, they combine their timesheet into one because one person manages it. Now, I want to search the person's name. Maybe I know that a Yun works here. That okay, search Sang. Just to one I'm sure. Okay, Sang, yeah. Now, if I do a search for Sang, nothing shows.
喺呢個例子裏邊咧，佢打咗呢個針咁樣咯，係揾唔到嘅喎。Why？ 點解咧？
So we'll find out why it is like that. Because if you open up this file now, if you open up this file, you will see that. Okay, I expand a bit. You see that there's a Sang here. So the difference is that this file, this document does not have the OCR. It was not scanned.
It just
with the OCR feature. Now, I did some investigation. I went to the plant department yesterday. I wanted to find out why it's so. So I realized that they are using an older version of the scanner.
Oh.
Yes. Now the older version of the scanner does not have the OCR,
Right.
but all our newer version of the scanner
But
has
they have
the
a printer.
OCR.
They
Yeah, the printer.
Their printer doesn't have OCR?
No,
Wow. Need
Yes.
to change immediately.
they just changed, but they've not started using the
Oh,
new.
they just changed already?
Yeah, they just changed.
哦，Rachel 喺倉度咧就發現呢個例子啦，scan 咗之後咧係搜尋唔到嘅，因為其實佢哋係嗰個 printer 咧就冇用呢個 OCR 嘅 function 嘅，但係而家 print in 嗰個 printer 係有㗎啦。So now they will use it, right?
Yes, they will use it from next month. I talked to them, so they're going to use it because yes, even if I search.
The majority, just for information, at least all here, all the printer, you know, we do scanning. And I believe on the project.
Yes.
It's an exception, I think, in the plan department. I'm very surprised because all the printer nowadays by default you've got OCR, meaning they do the text scanning, which enables after the search.
Yes. So if
so the majority, I would imagine that
it should
90% of the document that we've got on Viewpoint should have text recognition.
Yes, it should. For example,
which is essential. Just Rachel, as a reminder, when you go and visit, because the case, yeah, check the printer and what they are using, because otherwise it's a waste.
yes,
We must have CR everywhere.
exactly. Now, because this document, I scanned using one of the printers in the head office. So when I search Rachel, it shows, even if it's a scan and it's also a handwritten signed document. It's not even so this is the advantage of the OCR. If you can scan text, even if you do a handwritten signature, you can scan, but the content text. But for document like this, I can't search for individual people. So yeah.
Okay, what is very useful here, you showed before, is once you open the document, because how to find where is this text within the document, where did you press?
Okay, so if I'm here, I say search. Yeah, there's a search. Again. Yeah, there's a search.
So do it again. Do it again. Can you do it again? So, and actually within this page, actually.
I'm not. Yeah.
Why was it?
Changed my settings. Sorry.
Okay, and you can search actually something else.
Search. Yeah, I can search something else.
So if you
I can search
article.
Yeah.
Okay, and you've got one, maybe one at the bottom, so it's highlighted.
Yes, can go next. Yeah. So that's how you can search for items. So we just encourage, basically why I brought this up is to encourage you all to try to scan using the OCR printers, the new printers. The new printers that we have here. Okay, so that's one question that was asked. And how to include additional metadata in your search criteria and save your view. So what does this mean? Go back to the list. Now, by default in VFP, this is what you get as the metadata. You have your name, description, revision, status, organization name, and all that. So if I want to increase my metadata, you can also do that in your search. You can hover around the lines here. If you put this line, you hover around it, you right click on it, and you can see a list of additional metadata that you can add to your search function. So for example, if I want to add file count now, I can add it. Just click on the file count, and it's added to your metadata.
嗱咁樣 Rachel 話咧，我哋想睇多啲嗰個 file 裏邊究竟係譬如可能係邊個搞出嚟㗎，幾時搞啊，咩 size 啊，咁只要咧喺個名嗰度 name 嗰度 right click，咁你就會見到啦。
Yes, so you just right click here, and you see additional metadata.
可能
now I have put file count, so you see it's active here. So this file contains 2 documents, so that's why you can see 2. in my file count, okay? So it depends on your search, what you want to search for.
Mhm.
You can decide to say you want to search for full path. You want to maybe, I think the question I wrote when we did a test with JC and wanted to see the full path. Okay, so if you say full path, you can see the full path of each document, where the document belongs to, which so it appears now on my search criteria.
即係如果咧你睇，如果你 right click full path 咧，你就會可以睇到咧所有嗰個資料㗎啦。
Yeah. So the point are just basically you can increase your metadata. And then now, once you increase this, maybe this is how you want to always see your document. You can save this view. You can save this view now. You can say my views. Say my view. Save current view. Save that current view. So anytime, maybe Rachel. Okay. Then you can decide to
What filter?
if later you can check how you want to see which folder you want to actually see this kind of view from. Okay, so if I go to the next time, if you want to actually go back to your views or let's see.
Can you come back, sorry?
Okay, yeah.
The view you said here, again, left your view.
Yeah.
Then view number 2. This equal to non-limit
Yeah.
or the specific container. No. If I want to make it all container of
Yeah.
the time.
All
Wow.
containers.
Everything.
So because here you made it, so you can create some views that can be reused everywhere.
Yes, you can do
So I
that.
think this is. So for example, enterprise project site. What is the difference between enterprise is?
Enterprise means the entire, the
Ah.
whole system.
So it's everywhere.
Yes. So
Okay,
like
the container, and you can actually select field. You have some further option.
Statistic.
You can further,
yeah,
for
you can
example,
add or remove.
yeah. So for example, author, I'm not interested, or can you
Okay.
remove? Just show some example of remove.
Yeah.
On the arrow, on the arrow,
On the left.
left. Yeah, in the center.
In the center, then. Okay, done.
And then
Name, description, revision,
maybe
status.
space you want to remove.
Remove?
Yeah.
Right, yes, and if you want to move up, I want the name, I want the full pass. So let's say second size, I want the size.
Oh, you want
Size.
Size, add.
Hmm.
I want the size just after the name.
after the.
Up.
No, you can move.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. Up.
So for example, width type, maybe what is the width type? None.
On the right.
Fixed width.
Show all text or fixed width.
Oh,
Oh, okay, none, you say none, okay. Sort order, sort field, okay, so you want to sort by name, yes, assembly. Okay, and maybe just, so you have the possibility to customize how it is sorted.
Yes. You can do that. You can, if you don't want to see description, maybe you can remove, for example. So
And then you do save, say we are okay.
okay.
I don't want to save this because I'm clicking the entire enterprise.
Oh.
Why? What is the problem?
Is that
This
Agreed.
This is a view, this is just one custom view for you.
For
No,
everybody.
for
the
everybody.
enterprise.
No, visible to me.
Only me, yeah.
okay? But that's not a view. I don't want it visible to me. I want to see more. Maybe for individuals, they can decide to do.
So just show this is the
Okay.
purpose. I'm just trying to show how people can customize.
Okay.
So now you've got to view which one. We did no, we could eat something else, no?
I did view too.
So my view, no, we should have in my views, we should call it what view one is it?
Okay. We
No.
fine.
What is created is not retro, it was due to, it was good to due to.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it works. Yes. 即係如果咧，
Then if you go somewhere else, can you go to another container, whatever, or plant, let's say plant or whatever,
Fine.
anywhere?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, just show an overview.
For example, the normal view is this one.
Oh,
It doesn't change, this is the default view.
Put
I can change
YouTube.
view two,
Okay,
and I can see what I want to see.
so you can customize the type of views. You can have different views. You can give them a name for you.
for different people.
For different
For example,
different
IT, maybe they want to know the size or I don't know.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
even for you, you know, even if you look at the field sometime.
Maybe you want to save a report, you want to export a report and you want a specific metadata to show
Yes.
in that
exactly.
report, you can do that as well.
即係頭先 Rachel 咧就話你哋自己可以調校喺 Viewpoint 裏邊咧，你想睇到嗰個 file 嘅咩資料啦。咁頭先咧就做咗啦。咁隨時咧你 save 咗你哋個My View 咧，你就可以 click 翻啊。我 View 2咧原來就想睇到有 name 有 size 啊嗰啲咁樣。
So I think because of time, we might not be able to answer the questions now, but we can just answer one, how to get the link of a given file. I think that's very important.
好啦，跟住 Rachel 就話點樣可以俾條 link 啲其他人嘅 give the link to anybody or
Yes, you can do that. So how to get maybe this file now, for example, I want to send a link to somebody. Because like the last breakfast meeting, we showed that you can make a file public and get a link for people who are not in the system or make a folder public. But you don't want that. These people are in the system. You just want to share a file quickly. So you go to properties. Sorry, let me go back again. You right click on this. So go step by step and you go to properties and you just copy the link. The link of each file is in properties. You can copy the link.
Use the demonstration.
Yeah, you copy the link.
So it's short code.
Yeah.
Short
Okay.
Short code to it. So you can share,
Create an email.
create an email and
you
paste.
Send to yourself.
Yes. This. Yes. And I sent. Okay.
即係如果你想 send 條 link 俾人咧，就好似頭先 Rachel 咁樣，就有去到 properties 嗰度，跟住揀 short code。
Yes, sorry, it's faster than your voice. So I can, so it takes me back to the name, the document, and the location of where it is on the system. Okay, so you can share this link with anybody. Just to share a specific file. If you don't want to make the file public or make the folder public.
So someone who doesn't have Viewpoint, they are going to someone not belonging to the company.
No, this link will not work in that way. The person who does not have Viewpoint, you will need to make the file public to be able to get the link. Yes, so you have to make it public. That means external to the person. But
so you need to set the file to become public.
Yes.
If you want to send it to some.
Yes, somebody
external.
outside. Yeah, that is not.
How do you do that?
You write. You go to once you click on the file, you go to actions, make public. So you can set expiry date and all that, or we can just say OK. For this file, for example, and then you see the public icon show.
Okay.
So if you click on that same mouse button, then you can copy the link now.
Copy publishing.
Yeah, copy the link, and then you can see the link will pop up here. So this is the link you can send to somebody outside.
Okay.
Yeah, so you copy and do the same.
頭先 Rachel 咧就啱啱做咗一個比較有用嘅，譬如你想 send 嗰個 document 俾唔係我哋公司冇 Viewpoint 嘅人啦，咁你咧就可以 將佢變咗 public 先。咁頭先就喺個 property 嗰度 right click，跟住 public。咁跟住咧，佢就會有條 link 你 share 翻俾嗰個唔係有冇 viewpoint 嘅嘅 client 咧，就可以睇到嗰個 document。That is very useful 咯。
Yes. So thank you very much, everyone. Sorry.
Any
Why
questions?
so? Well, you carry on.
I can carry on.
Still any
Is there more
questions in the
question?
chat box? No, we finished.
Sorry, I need to check the chat box to see.
Any
Chat. Go down, Jeremy is
Jeremy.
asking, can we search a combination of Word with an OCR document? For instance, P15 and founding level or grounding level. Oh, yes, you can do that. So far, there's a combination of that word in a document. You can search for that. Maybe I might not use this specific term because I don't have the document, but let's go back to Viewpoint. Now, say, for example, okay, this is just to use this one as an example. Rachel or Silas. So it shows, because it's there, you know, so far.
No, but this is in Viewpoint. Here you are already in. I think the question is, can Viewpoint?
Yeah.
Like on Google, you know, you type 2 words and it's going to.
Okay, let's do that as well. A typical example, let's go to maybe correspondence folder and letters in the.
Just open one.
Yes, yeah.
Just open one and after.
And
Just
then,
open one and we will see how.
okay, yes, let's open and see some words there.
Yeah, we'll try to get some words.
Okay, search.
So let's say kind of housing.
Housing,
Housing, January. You know, housing in January. It's in January here.
Housing in general.
Try search. Try to.
No,
No,
like-
not here. Yes.
Not here, here.
So we know that in this, and go to later. Search from, or let's say incoming, it's incoming to make it simple.
Okay.
Incoming, containing text.
We have to add sub containers now, so don't forget, if you're
Exactly.
searching from the top, add your sub containers.
Yeah.
Then say
Jen.
housing, what are the
I
words?
think you need to put plus, there should be something.
No, just
January.
January.
So we don't need to put any,
No, not necessarily. So far, the
Okay.
words appear.
Either one.
Oh,
Oh, no.
there's no word together like that.
it's 2 words, we are looking for 2 words. It's not a word. If you take housing, what is the search result? So many, but this is the problem, so that's why we want
How to separate two
No,
words,
type-
right?
there should be, or maybe it's advanced search, no? You have to search because there should be some way, like on Google, if you say housing plus January, containing text, contains text.
Yeah.
Plus January.
Let's try. And see. No.
No.
Come on.
Oh, comma, yes. Or semicolon. It actually searches as it appears in the system. Anyways, well, I think it's a question we can
That's
ask.
a very important question.
Yeah. How to search.
The search
Two
function
words
is,
with difference.
we need to know exactly up to the bottom of the text.
You have to click the loop for the next one.
Okay. Yeah. Going to,
Okay.
all right.
We
Okay.
have, okay, we can have, I've got one more question.
Okay, one more question.
Oh, okay, but it's not for, it's more for, okay, so I think good for everybody, if you want. If you go back to yesterday, I was looking at, let's say projects. Go back
Okay.
to a project before. project, okay? Say, for example, intrafor, just pick one, say something,
Intrafor.
just say. Yeah. If you go to the statistic, I'm only looking at the statistic. So look at the statistic at intrafor number of containers. No. At intrafor level. Yes.
Intrafor, okay.
Show me the statistic or file statistic. Okay, so my question is this one. Why do we have so many containers? We have 23,000 containers for 95,000 files.
Yeah, yes.
We have far too many containers. How can we, why, I mean, here, basically, it means 3 files per container. And the reality is we have so many containers which are empty. We have thousands of containers with nothing inside.
That's true. Because when we are migrating the files, we are migrating based on how the files were in the original location. And that is why we are, after this migration process, we are doing scannings of the hard copy files, even in the archives and all that. So that will help us to populate these projects containers, because a lot of the files there are empty, or folders are empty. So this is quite good. It's going to help us to do audits. And we know that why are they empty, like the question you're asking. So we'll be able to know that they need to be populated. Even going forward in the future for new projects, as we're doing audits, we see that they're empty. This is supposed to be populated, you know? So
Yeah, but okay, you're assuming there is a document for every container, but no, because we develop maybe a too detailed. Another way is our structure is far too detailed very often.
well, the structure.
You're assuming that there should be a file in every container. I'm sorry, no. The
But-
project, I can give you some example. In the structure that we've created is it's a very detailed structure, and it's far too detailed for a lot of things. So that's why a lot of folders will remain empty.
Some files have to be transferred now. It's in the process.
That is the,
So the files will increase.
exactly.
Oh, you
Most
mean
of
it's
these
not finished
projects,
yet?
most of these
That one.
projects were deployed. These are templates that we deployed.
Yeah.
Some of them have not finished migration.
Mm.
That's one explanation.
No, that's one explanation, but that's not the main explanation. I think for me, the main explanation is our structure that we are applying systematically
Too small.
is far too detailed. Far too detailed.
Anyway, that's
Is there any way for us, I think that for us, the company is something, but the point I'm making is it's really a problem, it's a difficulty. If we are, in fact, it's no good to have
You have to click a lot of
container.
to find
We have thousands of containers which have nothing. It's no good for
search.
We need to find a way to to have the right number of containers. Okay. You agree with me that if I have 10 files and I have 100 containers, I need to search every container. It's very difficult. Not necessary.
well, anyways, in most cases, those containers, there are files, but they are
No.
not filed.
Most containers,
Not all the containers, but
I open
most
a lot
of
of
them.
things, a lot, nothing. Can you, yes. I think it will be actually also for, I'm not complaining, to you,
But maybe
just
migration,
we need
not
to, if you look the statistic, it should be very interesting to have, to be able to have a report on the container with 0 file.
曾信博
And then the container with 0 file.
okay,
So
we'll keep improving. I'll see. Okay. So can we
Yeah.
postpone them?
Yeah.
Because I think we have another meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Okay.
everybody. Thank
okay,
you.
bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.